Hello and welcome back. A few months ago I made a video about how to make your very own Florida water. And when I made the video, I made it on my very out-of-date cell phone camera. So all the videos that I made like that, I'm going to gradually replace them with new videos. So this is the first that I'm doing because I need more Florida water, which I call it floral ritual cleansing. That's it in a nutshell. So Florida water is actually cologne that they used in the, sometime I want to say 1800s, and I could be wrong about that, but I want to say the mid to late 1800s. And it gradually, over space and time, became something that a lot of hoodoo practitioners and southern folk magic practitioners incorporated as like a spiritual cleansing. And that's where I got it from, you know, the idea many moons ago. And since then I have been using it, and I used to buy it. They used to sell it at my CVS when I lived in Dallas. They sold it at CVS, and so I used to buy it there because it was very convenient. But you can make your own very easily. Now the stuff is not expensive, I'll say that. It's very inexpensive, but you can make a really good high quality, and you can mix and match items how you want to make it. So I'm also going today I'm going to experiment with making some cinnamon water. It's going to be cinnamon and cloves and ginger, and I'm just making a small little portion because I don't know how it's going to turn out, and I don't want to waste a whole lot of stuff. So basically, I use Florida water and the various other waters, like they have rue for like protection, the cinnamon, I use that probably the same amount that I do the Florida water, because cinnamon has great power behind it. It works as a catalyst. It strengthens every other aspect of your spell work. It is a stimulant. It heats things up. So I use cinnamon in about, I would say, 95% of my spells and rituals. So I want to experiment making some cinnamon water. And the name is very deceiving because it's not water at all. It's actually alcohol that you're using as the base. So besides cleaning my altar and all my tools, you can put it in a spiritual bath. You can put it on yourself. All these things help to remove negativity. They add power, strength. A lot of people use it as a floor wash. A lot of people use it, they just put it in bowls and sit it about their house. I use it a lot of times as the water element. You know, when I'm doing a consecration of tools, magical tools, consecrating, charging them, I will use that. So originally, the Florida water was made with lavender. Now it's made with lavender, bergamot, which I do not like the smell of, so I don't use that. Lavender, neroli, lemon, cloves, cinnamon. I think I already said that. So I'm going to use a combination of those, and I'm going to add a couple that I like myself. So we're going to get started right away. I'm going to kind of try to make these simultaneously. That's the idea. So the first thing we're going to put into our Florida water is going to be cinnamon sticks. And I'm going to put some in this one too. I might have to break these a little bit. It's not real hard. Next, I'm going to put some cloves. And you can use, it's better if you use a funnel. So I'm going to put in a few cloves. And honestly, I don't measure. I just kind of eyeball it and go with the flow. It's the same way I cook. Now when I bake, I do measure because, you know, that's a science. And if you don't have the science right, then you won't have your recipe right. But when I'm just cooking something, it's rare for me to have a recipe. Okay, so we put cloves in. I'm going to put some crystals in this. I'm going to put some amethyst, and I'm also going to put some citrine, and that's going to be, it's going to open and clear your mind. It's going to sharpen your mind. Okay, I'm also going to put over here, that's not really traditional, I'm going to put some mint. Just a little mint. I'm going to put some rose buds. I'm going to put some lavender and rosemary. And you kind of want to scrunch it to get, you know, the oils working to open up the scent. I'm going to put some orange peel and some chamomile. Kind of bruise it a little bit to get the scent going. And I love the smell of chamomile. Chamomile and lavender together is probably one of my favorite. Yeah, let me see what it looks like. So I always save glass bottles and jars and stuff like that because it's one way that, you know, I can give back to the environment. A glass jar or bottle takes 1 million years to biodegrade. So anytime you use, you know, the spaghetti sauce. Now if you make your own homemade, I'm so proud of you. I just don't do it, I buy it. So save those, and those are great storage for your herbs. I'm going to put in some fresh herbs in this as well. I have some vervain and some lemon bee balm, and I picked these a couple days ago. But Texas vervain has great energy and power. It's great for protection and purification. It's great for divination purposes. And lemon bee balm is very healing. It has properties that bring happiness. I'm going to sit this aside for just a second, and I'm going to work on my cinnamon one. I'm going to put some allspice berries in here, and just a few, maybe more than that. I have some cardamom, aniseed, which is that really licoricey type smell. I really like the smell of this. Oh yeah, I love that. Then I have some ginger root that I want to put in here. I have these bags that I've had for at least 2 years. But they still have good smell, and you know, I've kept them. So this is ginger root. I have some cinnamon. Okay. And put some rose hips. Okay. Now, I'm going to put just a little bit of the ground herbs in here. I'm going to put cloves, cinnamon, and ginger. Just the slightest little bit. Because whenever you're going to let this steep for 1 moon cycle. So what I'm going to do, and what you can do, is you can put it on your moon altar if you have an outside altar, and it can be charged by the moon, and I can just stick it under there if you don't want the sun's rays to get to it. I think a little bit of solar energy is great. Some cloves. Now I'm going to add some essential oils. And I'm going to start off with lemon. Here's sweet orange. And I put some in my cinnamon one as well. This is cinnamon. Lavender. This is ylang ylang, and I'm just putting it in here because I love the smell of it. And I'm putting it in there instead of the bergamot, which I do not like the smell of it at all. And I'm not going to put something in that I don't like just because it's traditional. I love traditions, you know, I think they're really great, but you can always make new traditions. That's just how I feel about it. Here's some mint. So next we're going to add the liquor. And it's got to be a really strong white or clear alcohol. You can use vodka, you can use gin. Gin's great because it has kind of it tastes like juniper berries to me. It tastes like juniper berries. It has a very citrusy, flowery taste. Anyway, Everclear I think is the best because it's the strongest. And that's what I'm using. So I'm going to start here. Next, might as well put the rest of this in here. Okay. Okay, so and here's what it looks like. I just put hung some little charms on the top. A moon, a raven, and a pentacle. I put a label on the front, but I put tape over the top of it as a protecting, but it ended up wrinkling it all up, so it's kind of ugly. But it is what it is. So this is going to steep under the moonlight for one whole moon cycle. This smells really good. and just put a little bit more of these little orange peels. And put the top on it. I'm just hoping that whenever I strain it with the cheesecloth, that all of the ground herbs will get caught in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to either charge it under the moon for a lunar cycle, or you are going to put it somewhere where you will remember to give it a shake every day, because it needs to be shaken up, and so that the aroma can release. And the alcohol is going to go to work on it very well. One more thing that I add to the Florida water is a little drop of blue food color, or this is alcohol ink. So this is what it looks like after I put the blue in. I'm not going to put it in this one because I don't think it will make that big of, I think it will probably definitely turn it green. So let's take these out to our moon altar. I love being out here with nature. I love the sound of the crickets chirping and the frogs. Other little animals, I'm not really quite sure what they are. Dogs barking. It's just the darkness that I love. I'm very nocturnal. I love it out here. It's so peaceful. So you're just going to leave your ritual cleansings out here. That's a praying mantis. Moonlight Mother, Maiden Crone, shine down your wonderful, mysterious moonlight. Charge my work with your energies this very night. And the bay leaves are just kind of, they're like an offering. I'm a fire witch. You will hardly see me do a spell without fire. Okay, so I'm just going to sit out here and commune with the Mother Goddess and nature, and I have some things that I've been mulling over in my head, so